I put out a lot of stuff that I'm like, this is gonna hit, and it just didn't. And it goes to show like I don't really understand my audience or what people want to see as much as other people get it. Like other people who are constantly building and growing their followings get it a lot more than I do. Because I try to step out of my lane and they're like, who do you think you are? I'm like, okay, that's my bad. That's my bad. Oh, of course. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, audience, you know? And then sometimes there's a level of like, you have to step out of your lane long enough to build a new lane. And once that new lane is going and moving, then you have a chance to start bringing some audience. But it can take a while, and it can be really hard to see like stuff not working while you build it and while you figure it out. You know, fortunately, comedians have the luxury of going to like a small stand up or a small club to try out their material. Content creators, everything you put out gets measured, viewed, and like you get feedback on it in real time. You don't really have a small comedy club to put it out to, you know, you just have to get that real feedback. And that can scare a lot of people into not trying new things or to just giving up completely whenever it's just like, yo, this is all part of the process, you know, developing a new lane or like expanding what your verticals or expanding what you have to offer. So hopefully that kind of answered the question. And I don't think I have a bunch of specific characters, but like if you go through any of my stuff that you haven't seen before, it's a lot of stuff that I want to try out that just doesn't get the traction right now, you know, and it takes time to develop and like really roll into what's going to be the next best thing that's going to take me to the next level, you know, or help me, you know, grow to the next level. So I hope that kind of answers that question. It's a lot of trial and error.
It's your mind is working very interestingly in the facet where the way you approach life seems very grounded, and it's not too highfalutin, and it's not too which is not common in the world of social media and people trying to go viral and being a content creator and stuff like that. So I'm curious where that stemmed from. Even back when you were talking about choosing to do football versus track and field, you mentioned that it's you already had a grasp of, oh, I like adventure. And like for me, when I was going through that transition, I was like, oh, fighting, this is all I have. This is me. I need to do this. And like even though I know it was very heavily influenced by the people around me who were telling me, oh yeah, you're a good fighter, you should keep doing it. And that was their voice, even though I knew I didn't want to do it. So it's like, where do
How'd you
you
get that?
ground yourself? How did you learn to ground yourself in the mindset that you have?
I will say I got super lucky, extremely blessed to have my parents, like my dad, who would have been the biggest proponent of me playing football, was like, listen, if you don't play football, I don't care. Like, whatever you want to do, I got you. I support you. And that is a huge privilege.
Yeah.
That's a massive privilege to have. Like, parents who not just support you, but parents who support you doing what you feel passionate about. And I'm so grateful to have had him like be like, you don't have to do that, you know, like this isn't you. This is what are you gonna do? And I saw him retire and also give me warnings about like, yo, whatever, football's not forever. You can't do this forever, you know.
Wow.
So what's your backup? What are you gonna do afterwards? You need to get a degree. You need to be able to do something afterwards. I don't care what you do, but you need to be able to take care of yourself, your family, whenever all this is done. So can't I can't take credit for like that foundation at all. You know, that was them. That was my dad and my mom being like, you get your degree. You need to like remember that this is not all you're gonna be able to do forever. So already knowing like this isn't a forever thing, cool. Well, then what can I make a forever thing? And right now, for me, content might not last forever, but as of right now, it's growing, and I can be a player in that world and in a force of culture in the space of content, not just like for my audience, but for like all, you know, for the massive span of just content creation, you know. So I think the grounding and the humility comes from just like it's a weird dichotomy of like you ain't nothing, you know. This can all be taken from you in a hot second, but also realizing that doesn't mean that you shouldn't try to build the best thing for others and yourself that you can, you know. Anyone can lose it, yeah, but everybody also has a chance to build something amazing, so you should go do it, you know.